All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Coach Apxche, and today we're doing a gold VOD review for our boy Apxche on Doctor Strange. So without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. Let's talk about the nitty-gritty. Let's get in there and let's learn some things. All right, let's go. So right here, I'm a big proponent of just teleporting early. Why not? You have a Spider-Man Bucky, right? So let's talk about your comp real quick. So your comp: Hulk, Cloak, Bucky, Strange, Spider-Man, and Rocket, right? So your comp's a little wonky. You do have one defensive ult, which is cool. You have a backliner. You have a dive character. You have a peel tank who can also dive if need be. You have a Doctor Strange, which is very powerful, and you have a Rocket Raccoon. So if I'm you, I am teleporting off rip. Why? Because why not, right? Why not? And we will give you an example. We teleport, we go through wherever we want to go through. Bucky main, Cloak on point, tanks there, so they're guarding this, right? They have a squirrel. She gets a lot of spam damage, so we don't want to like necessarily just run out of a thing, right? So boom, you can put your shield back here. This gives you high ground. This allows a DPS to maybe come through here, as well as your Spider-Man can kind of pinch because he has the speed to not need the portal, right? To be able to swing out, right, and get into a position like this, right, or wherever he wants to be, so that if they try to collapse on you, he can collapse on something else, right? But why not take the high ground? Right? You take the high ground, you walk out. So called, once they start throwing damage at you, your Hulk can just bubble everybody. Anybody who eats damage gives him ult charge, and then after that you just shield, right? And then you let people poke. You let people poke, look for picks, right? And then basically your healers stay in a safe spot. They're healing you, healing you. We get healer ults. Cloak can engage with her ult, or not even. You just engage with the Rocket ult. Rocket pops ult. Now you have damage amp. You fight with damage amp. If they pop any ults, you Cloak ult. Boom. Easy money, right? As well as you have the res beacon. If anybody were to die, they would come back. You know, but back there, right? Be pretty cool, pretty cool. Careful the hook.
Enemy in front of us. Don't bite me. I'm just dying.
Well, you know they have a squirrel girl, so probably not smart to walk into a choke like that. So you can still do some work in mid, but you should be okay. Lost our cloak, unfortunate. Looks like your Hulk's gonna go down as well. But you're already down, players. It'd probably just be smart to back up here. Yeah. Yep. Shield that. You're gonna get hooked. Oof. All right. So anytime you hear that click noise, that's Bucky winding up his hook. All right. So we fought straight up. Did not work. Unfortunate, right? So hopefully they look for a portal here.
I'm opening a portal.
So I want you to refrain from putting portals in the open like that, just due to the fact that the enemy can shoot through it. If you're gonna do that, face it the other way. You still allow your team to come out. It now acts as a shield for however long it lasts, right? And your teammates can't get punished for walking through your shield. I used to make that mistake a lot, where I would just throw it out, and then I got a Punisher turret just shoot it into my portal, man. And it's the worst, because somehow, some way, your supports always end up dying, and it's just not a good time for anybody.
A shortcut through space.
Dropping straight down is a little spook. You could have stood up there for a bit and poked out. Make sure you're trying to target the same things. Shield for your Groot, shield for your Groot. You hear a squirrel go to your top right, I'd contest her. Make sure you're shooting. Left click, right, left click melee. Nice, good explosion. The squirrel's still alive. She's doing the most damage on their team. Well, maybe not more than Reed right now. Good ult cancel. A cool little tech, just in case you don't know, when you're holding Doctor Strange shield, if you hold your left alt button, you can continue to hold it forward, but you can free cam, and you can look over your shoulder, look behind you, just in case you ever need to check behind you, but you still need to shield forward. So I wouldn't walk through this doorway. Not immediately. Shield? Good. Oh, a little too close. Almost a good shield. The reason I wouldn't walk through this choke is because they have a lot of spam damage, right? Ooh. Explode, explode. Nice. Good double kill. So good kill, good ult, but what I was trying to say was I wouldn't really necessarily force through this choke because they have a squirrel girl. And the last thing you want is for her to one spam into you, but if she lets a ult rip into that garage, oh my gosh, y'all are in for a bad time. It's gonna do so much damage. It's gonna kill somebody, right? So what I would say is just you can push out the high grounds, right? Don't be afraid. You spawn. I'll show you real quick. Spawn up here, right? And you can push out this high ground. You can. If anybody's in here, you can fight them from up here. You can also get angles into their backline from here, right? Like don't feel like you have to get on cart and push it, right? Like while they're already in there. You can fight from up here, win the fight, and then get the cart moving, right? You don't always have to just team fight for the cart. Man, if that ult gave shields before it went off, that character would be very annoying. Oof. See, this Strange is staggering very, very hard. He just gave y'all a gift. So now I want to walk forward if I'm you. You don't need to protect backline. Just walk forward. They don't have a tank for God knows how long. Right? Cloak's ulting, so I would just walk in with the ult. Ooh. Don't explode, you break the bridge. Unless you don't want it to be there. So if there's a Bucky behind you, you can explode the Bucky. Ah, nice. Good job. Good kill. Gotta live there. Ooh. Good use of the wall right there. Okay, you're down a tank. Down 2 characters. Just die. Yeah. But the fight's unwinnable. If you can't get a pick, just die. Just die. There's 2 options. Get out, 3 options. Get out, die, get a pick, right? But getting a pick usually follows up with getting out or dying, right? So. I would like to force this squirrel girl off a high ground, which I think you're doing. Nice. Spider-Man should finish that kill. I don't even worry about it. Let Spider-Man do it. Is he going to do it? No, you got it. You're him. Look for an explosion soon. Nice. Good job. Explosion, 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 explosion. Oh. Run for it. But I think that's a scenario where even though you don't have 50% charge, you had somebody with you that could have helped you finish that kill, so I'm okay with that explosion. Most of the time, obviously, you want to have a little bit more so that you can do a lot more damage.
The Sorcerer Supreme lives once more. My resistance is down. Without Spider-Man,
You get that, you get that. Make sure you're weaving your shield between shots. You might as well. So just to protect yourself a little bit better. Oh, you just get... Your Spider-Man's fighting. Help your Spider-Man. Oh. Oh, brother, don't let your teammate... Oh. Run for it. I think your mistake there was walking into the doorway first. I would have just stayed back a little bit before walking through. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I'm not going to overly explain. I'm just saying instead of walking into it to get punched into here, I would just play this corner here, fight, 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 and then just use my shield when I want to peek, like shoot shield, shoot shield. And if I hear him go... I hear the click for the hook, I'm not peeking.
a shortcut through space. By the eye of Agamotto.
Explode, explode! Ooh. Hey, nice. Good old. Good job, Takash. So let's talk about defense real quick. So you're positioning. You're getting information when you could have just used your portal to do the same thing. So what I like to do, depending on your team count, what do we have here? We have a Spider-Man, we have a Wolverine, we have a Jeff, and we have Groot. So what I like to do is, in my head, right? Because as you get better, Stranges will portal off rip. There's an argument of like, do you have to? But they should. Because why not? Why would you not portal off rip? There's no reason, right? Take the first fight as fast as you can, right? Why not portal? So Stranges will typically portal here. So if I'm you, I'm here, and if anything, right, I'm looking for a portal onto the enemy Strange, and so basically I'm just hovering above him. If I have a Luna Snow, right, I can pop portal and Luna can freeze him out of it. If not, you can do damage to him, right? and maybe try to force him out of it or get an elim, right? But just you always counter portal, so you can get information on what they're running, if they're portaling, things like that, right? Because let's say you're portaling and you counter portaling, they don't portal and they're running down right side. You now have that information super early, right? So your team can adjust how they want to play, right? Hey, they're pushing hard left. They're pushing hard left. Oh, they're coming right side. Oh, they're walking down. They're gonna be walking down main, right? You have that information, right? On their comp, where they're going, right? That information is invaluable. Yes, you can do it like this, but what if they were to portal, right? You're not in position to defend this, right? So you would have to come back here, and now you're fighting across, right? Which is no good. Now I understand if your team is set up right in mind of them portaling here, and they're playing in a position to where they're gonna defend without you portaling, but this is gold, right? So I would prefer you to get the information for your team and do it that way than to be like, hey guys, they're probably gonna port here, right? So let's set up here, right? Because they can still portal on you. They can still, they can drop a portal here, right? And they can jump out. Their teammates can go garage, and now you have a smaller window to peek from. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you never know, right? Weird stuff can happen. People are very innovative, creative. We don't want them to do that stuff. You, yes, them, no. If they're coming down mid, you know that, right? So you're running basically like a triple S-esque tank kind of comp. Your Wolverine's gonna feast. Okay. So you don't need to be shielding there because one, Hulk's gonna punch through your shield anyways. So just do damage instead of shooting and shielding. Just shoot melee, right? Right. We need to have the IQ to know in what matchups do we need to shoot shield and which we don't. This one you don't need to because he's gonna punch through your shield anyways, right? So against melee, you shoot melee. Against projectiles or bullets, you shoot shield. Now it's different if there's someone behind him, right? Because you don't want to be taking damage from two people. These are good walls by your Groot here. I don't know why he's dropping them though. I hear a squirrel girl to your left, and I know you hear her shooting. So like, why aren't we looking? Like, this could be a quick you float up, help your Spider-Man. I mean, he gets her by herself, but you could have got her out of there because she could have killed the support, which somebody killed the support, right? But who killed the support? Please don't tell me it was her. She did kill your support. Like, you heard her shooting for a while. You could have contested her and prevented that. You could have shielded the damage. You could have whatever, right? You gotta be listening, man. You gotta have the ears on. That's gonna hurt. What I would say there is instead of floating up and back down in the middle, I would have came to the side, right? And I would have let my shark heal me up so I can fight effectively. You kind of just like, you got a little bit of healing and you continue to fight and you got punished for it. Nothing you can do against that ult. The only option would be to counter ult, but you need heals, man. You stood in that ult for way too long, and it's unfortunate you didn't get healed. You should have got healed, but you gotta I would say just get out of the ult. So we're coming back here. We have ult. We lost our shark. So you don't have to force a fight here just yet. I would definitely fight this Mr. Incredible, or whatever his name is, Mr. Fantastic, right? That's a good pick, right? So now you're equal, but they still have more healing. You hear the squirrel girl above you, brother. What in the... Okay. Respectfully, if you don't have headphones, buy headphones. If you do, you need to pay attention to sound because you need to hear this, right? This is very important, right? You need to hear when she's in positions like this because she's very punishable. Even if you can't kill her, you can fly up, right? Shoot, melee, and if she doesn't want to drop... And you could even explode and just destroy the high ground and force her into basically everybody, right? Like, you have to notice that. Look at this. All she needs to do is hit like 2-3 shots and one of your teammates is gone. She's still alive back there. She just died. Oh, thank goodness. Imagine she had really good aim. Or she just got really lucky. Like, shield. You should never get hit by that. You had your shield. I don't even know where he was at. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, there's a minute 20. Hold up. You just got 2 picks, right? They're not gonna be back for a while. Your teammate can kill the banner. I want to start walking up here. I want to start fighting for space here, right? Because if you can hit an ult, you just kind of win the next fight. So I would walk up here. Big stack, huge stagger. Yeah, oh, but you're down to Spider-Man. But that's okay. I'm not even worried about Spider-Man. Spider-Man will get back in a breeze. Keep fighting here. You sure you don't have float yet? No, you do not. You do. I go contest their height. Look for an ult. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Oh, yes, yes, yes. He's not a gold. He's not a. This is a diamond player. Stay. Your team can handle that. Stay where you're at. No, stay up there. Never mind. He's platinum. No. Oh. Stay up there. Grab the health pack, brother. Look, you made a phenomenal play. Boom! There's a health pack. You're at 200. There's a health pack. Oh, you didn't get the cloak? Yeah, you did. Get the health pack. Hello? How was she rezzing? What? He's dead. That's not how that works. That breaks when he dies. That's a bug. That's a bug. What in the world? But, brother, get the health back. You would have been fine. I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain that. I'm so sorry. That does not make sense. What? Nice. Go fight forward. Ignore the cloak. Ignore the cloak. Ignore the cloak. No. These things will not die. Help your team that can to kill the things that can die. They got it. But like, you're just gonna die over here. Okay, you're not your cloak ults. 100% charge. You need to let go of it. Yeah. Anybody on your team died? Your Spider-Man died? So instead of dropping down there, what you could have did too, is you notice that you lost the teammate and you just lost another teammate. You could have gone here, you could have came back, popped the portal, right? Put it to your spawn, boom, and then bam. So when your shark respawns, he's instantly back in the fight. Just real quick while everybody else is busy doing stuff, you could have brought somebody back. Right now you have no supports. Shark's still coming back. Shark would have been back already, right? Because now you have no heals, right? You need to understand you don't have any heals. Shark's back. You're taking too much damage, and you're gonna die. Shark, stay still for your shark. He obviously can't aim. Oh my god. Shark, Aim Labs is free. It's free, Shark. Aim Labs is free. Does he eat you too? Like, how does he fuck this up? Oh my god, fucking gold players. Yo, report Shark, please. Report fucking Shark. Oh, big ult. Nice. But live, please, live. You're down to support. Oh, no. Oh, you're down 2 supports now. Thor has ult. Thor has ult. Point, Thor. Just ult. Just ult. Brother! Oh, hell no. What are you doing? I swear. I'm gonna lose my mind, Takash. If I'm you, I'm floating up. Why? I don't want to get eaten by a shark. And in my mind, I'm like, this motherfucker is probably so dumb. He's gonna end up eating me too. I'm floating up. Respectfully, I'm floating up just to make sure I don't get eaten by the shark here, because I need to be on the front line, right? Because this is ridiculous, right? That's number one. He lets you go, doesn't even throw you back at the point. He's a piece of shit. Boom. You don't need to chase this. You don't need to chase this. You've already gotten a pick. Your job is done, right? Go protect your team now. You're doing too much. You're getting kited. Oh, Lord. You got kited so far. Look where you die. Look where the fight's happening. Brother. What are you doing? You killed the cloak. You did your job. Go help your team. Please. Holy moly. You've still yet to use your portal again. Portal. Or we'll get first touch. No, he won't. I don't think you used your portal yet on defense. You're down, teammates. You need to reset. You have a damage amp now to make up for the damage that you lost when Thor's not being there. But you're down. Your shark died. Got 1-for-1. He gets the pick. Does he live? Oh, your team's brother. Your team's dead. Please don't feed. What are we doing? Takash, your team's dead. You can see them through walls. You know that, right? Just turn around. Just turn around. You know they're not there. Why are we fighting? You must have ult. You need to be looking for an ult here. You're looking for it. Big. Nice. Shield yourself. You see how he dies, right? It's gone. You see that, right? It's gone. So I don't know why it didn't disappear earlier. Feel that. And that's a GG. That's a GG. So you know what time it is, chat? It's
another epic victory.
No time. No time. Alrighty. So the notes that I have for you today are going to be... Sorry, I had to do a little stretching. Are going to be more portals, man. More portals when it comes to disengaging and not only portaling, maybe you back, but your teams back in, so that you guys can take a fight faster and take it together. Right, whether it be using it on attack to make sure you get your first fight not only as fast as possible, but more prepared, right? Or whether it be you're using it as a shield, right? We didn't go over that; it's a little bit more advanced. But as you get better, or you can watch a video on it, right? You'll learn how to use it as a shield, where you could, basically turn it away from the enemy, and then put your other shield in Timbuktu. And now, if they shoot into it, it's shooting somewhere else, but you can stand behind it, and you have an active shield, right? Number two. Tip number 2, be more aware of your team. Understand not only where they're at, what's threatening them, if you need to peel for them, if you need to let them die and go do something more valuable, as well as be aware of their skill, right? A big problem that a lot of players have is that they try to always make the right play in the wrong rank. You could be always making the right play, but if your team can't follow up, or if your team is quite literally just getting pummeled into a pulp, right? You have to change the way you play. You have to play as a team. It's better to fail as a team than it is to fail on your own, right? Because then at least you try to do something in cohesion, right? Because a bad play is better than a good play done alone, for the most part. Number three for your tip is going to be respond to audio cues. There was too many times this game where Squirrel Girl is in an egregious position that she should get punished for, but no one's punishing her other than Spider-Man, and you can be punishing her. She's getting picks from positions she shouldn't be getting picks from, right? If you hear her throwing her little nuts, man, right? You need to stop her from nutting on your team, you know what I'm saying? And you need to go deal with her. Other than that, just listening for the buggy hook, listening for certain cooldowns. Like everything makes a specific sound. As you get better, you'll get more and more familiar with every single sound, and you'll be able to, for example, be like, hey, what's an important cooldown they have? Bucky hook, Bucky no hook, we can play more aggressive. Hulk no bubble, we can play more aggressive. Um, Hulk no exile, right? Things like that, right? Or just, you know what I'm saying? Like there's little things that you need to listen for that you can react to, because not only visual cues but audio cues are super important in hero shooters, because sometimes the fight is so messy you can't really see things clearly, but you can hear. You can always hear, right? Because if you close your eyes, your ears still work, right? So even if you can't really see, you can always hear, right? And with these three tips, I definitely think it'll help you improve, especially the more portals. Just use portals more, man. Just get more comfortable, especially when you're in fights and you lose both your supports. Just get out, portal them back, right, so that you can take a fight faster. I think that's a very, very huge. And then obviously being more aware of your team is going to help, because that one fight where you ended up in Timbuktu when you got two enemy tanks in your back line diddling your supports. Come on, bruh. And yeah, just respond to audio cues, because like we said, even if you can't see, you can always hear, right? Well, without further ado, my fellow gamers, it's the end of the VOD review. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it, and hopefully you learned something along the way, not only for the person that I'm reviewing, but you guys watching at home. And yeah, if any of you would be interested in getting some coaching, I do have a ton of requests, but using the link down below, you can get into my Discord and submit a submission, where basically I go through the list. I see what kind of VOD I'm looking for, and I'll do whatever whichever one that I feel needs to be done. Most of the time I try to go from top to bottom, but yeah, as you can see from earlier on, I did a lot of strange VODs, right? So I need to mix it up a little bit. So with that being said, just understand that it is first come, first serve, but I will do one that's more relevant. If you're somebody who's desperately in need of a VOD, I'm looking forward to setting up a way where people can kind of skip the queue if they pay for a coaching thing. It won't be too much, because at the end of the day, I do want to keep serving the community with my knowledge and helping as many people as I can. So whether it be something like, hey, if you sub to my Twitch, or hey, if you donate $5, right? Whatever, right? You'll jump up the queue and you'll get yours done a little earlier, because if you really want to get it done that fast, it'll help you, it'll help me, because this is what I want to do, as well as it just helps everybody, right? Without further ado, hopefully you have a great morning, day, afternoon, wherever you may be. It's your boy Apxche, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.